Hello, this is your local kitsune JC, and today I will be taking an autism test because someone wanted me to take one, and I'm here to prove to all of you guys that I don't have autism. Like, as a psych major, I think I need to go through some basics of what autism is. So it is also known as a autism spectrum disorder, which is ASD, and it is a condition that kind of makes it hard for social communication to happen, and people with autism often have difficulty interacting with other people socially. One of the most characterizing things about autism is like you need a very strong predictability where you need order, and there's a strong need for routine. So some people become very sensitive to sounds or noises, and some people will have very focused interests. They often have repetitive behaviors, which honestly already doesn't sound like me, because although I do need routine, I don't think it's like obsessive. So to prove all of you guys wrong, I will be taking an autism spectrum disorder test. So here we go. Answer each question honestly based on your typical behaviors and experiences. Don't overthink, and your first response is often the most accurate. And I will be seeing how I respond across different situations and experiences. So I will do my best to answer honestly. Start screening. I find group conversations confusing or hard to follow. I think first off, I do have a really fast thinking brain, the speed of which I think is so much faster than the way I can speak. So sometimes listening to different group conversations, I have to be really focused, or else everything gets lost in my head. So this question, I will choose agree. I often feel unsure how to behave in social situations. Oh, strongly disagree. Although I'm an introvert, I am pretty good at social situations. So strongly disagree. I avoid eye contact during conversations. Oh, hell nah. I will stare at you to the death. Strongly disagree. I prefer to be alone rather than socialize. I feel like I'm very neutral on this one, because although I am introverted, I am able to socialize. I just need time for myself to relax. So I will say I am neutral on this. I struggle to understand what others expect from me socially. No, I think I know what people expect of me. So, disagree. I often feel like I don't fit in with social groups. No, hell nah. I fit in everywhere. No, I'm just kidding. But I do think I fit in a lot with different people, and I can not manipulate my personality, but change how I act in order to fit in. And so I strongly disagree on this one. I feel drained after social interactions. Oh yes, I need time for myself. I don't always know when it's my turn to speak in a group. Disagree. Because in classes, for example, I know when I can talk and when I shouldn't talk, and I'm good at group conversations in class. So strongly disagree. I prefer communicating through text or writing rather than face-to-face. Strongly agree. No. I feel like I'm neutral on this one, because sometimes I do feel like having face-to-face conversations is needed, because you have to see how the other person reacts in person. So neutral on this one. I find it hard to make small talk. Disagree. I can make small talk all the time. I take things people say very literally. Depends. It depends, because I can be really sarcastic at times too. So I do know when some people are not serious, but sometimes I do take it pretty literally. Neutral on this one. I find sarcasm or jokes difficult to understand. I strongly disagree. I mean, unless it's like really misogynistic, like I will be like, why the hell do you find it funny? But I will disagree on this one. I have trouble expressing my thoughts in words. Sometimes I think, like I said previously, I do think really fast, and my mouth doesn't move as fast as my brain thinks. So, agree. I sometimes repeat certain phrases or sounds. When I was really like young, sometimes I would say it first and then repeat it again to myself quietly, but I don't think that happens anymore. Disagree. I use a lot of gestures or facial expressions when talking. Sometimes I do think I'm pretty animated and I use my hands a lot. So, agree. I sometimes struggle to find the right words when speaking. Agreed. Because my vocabulary is unfortunately pretty limited. So I do feel like I need to read more, and those words could probably describe how I'm feeling better. Agree. I interrupt people without meaning to. Disagree. Like, strongly disagree. I know when I'm interrupting someone, so I will pause and wait for them to finish talking. I find it easier to write than speak. Strongly agree. Strongly agree. I am able to process my thoughts more fully and then writing it down, because speaking, this works fast, so I can't talk fast. Strongly agree. People have told me my tone or speech pattern is unusual. Strongly disagree. I don't think anyone has ever said that. They have said that I have a accent when speaking both English and Mandarin, but that is to the extent. It's not my tone, it's more like my accent. Strongly disagree. I feel anxious when I have to talk to someone new. Agreed. Like, I don't really like meeting new people. But it's not like social anxiety type of anxiety. It's more like a kinda. I am sensitive to loud or high-pitched sounds. I mean, I go clubbing, so although it's kind of annoying, I'm not like sensitive. So, disagree. Certain textures, clothes, food, etc. feel extremely uncomfortable to me. I used to be unable to wear leggings because I hated the tightness of it. I didn't like the constraint feeling. So I don't like wearing turtlenecks either because I don't like anything around my neck. But food, I'm fine. Certain textures. I'll be on neutral on this one. I notice smells that others don't. Hell no. My nose is blocked, so I can't smell anything. Strongly disagree. Bright lights or flickering lights bother me. Like I said, sometimes I go clubbing, so this is okay. Disagree. I avoid places that feel too noisy or crowded. Clubbing again. But most of the time I do tend to stray. Actually, I'm neutral on this one. I don't like it, but I wouldn't be avoidant for it. I enjoy certain sensory inputs, rocking or spinning. I'm neutral on this one. I don't really care. I get overwhelmed by too much sensory input at once. I mean, amusement parks, like, I enjoy it. Disagree. I need to stim to self-soothe. Does this count? Like rubbing my thumb against like my fingers, like money. But like, I'm neutral on this one. I think it's not like extreme. I feel anxious in chaotic environments. Sometimes I agree. I used to have really bad social anxiety, but it's gotten better, but I still get anxious. I prefer wearing the same type of clothes every day. Oh, strongly disagree. I change up my outfits a lot depending on whether or not I dance. And sometimes I go for more elegant vibes and sometimes I go for straight punk. Yeah, strongly disagree. I dislike unexpected changes in plans. I feel like that's everyone though. I mean, yeah, if I make a plan, I expect to follow through with it. I don't like changes in plans. Strongly agree. I have strict routines that I like to follow daily. No, I change up my routine all the time. But I mean, I do like routine, but it's not that strict. And as long as I get everything done by the end of the day, I'll be good. So I'm neutral on this one. I get anxious when something is out of place. if I can't find something, then I do get anxious, but like, agree. I prefer doing things the same way every time. Oh yeah, for sure. Like if I know something's gonna work, then I will do it the same. I plan my day in great detail. I'm neutral on this one because I do plan, but not like what constitutes great detail though. Neutral. I feel stressed when my routine is interrupted. Oh, yes, for sure. If there's a wrench thrown in my plans, then I do get stressed. But it's not like super duper stressed though, but it is kind of annoying. So agree on this one. I eat the same meals frequently. Oh yeah, for sure. But I do like changing things up though. Sometimes I like sushi, sometimes I like Italian and French. So disagree. I have rituals I follow before going to bed or leaving the house. I mean, not rituals, but I do have the same routine before going to bed and leaving the house. So, agree a little bit. I need to mentally prepare for changes in advance. Oh, for sure. 100%. I need to prepare for changes because I do like plans. Strongly agree. I organize things in a very specific way. That's not true. It's not very specific, but I do like organization. Disagree. I've become deeply interested in specific topics or hobbies. I mean, savant syndrome. Like, I'm assuming this question is asking that. No. I would be interested in something, and I would look through it and search it up, but it's not to the point where I would read extensively about it, so I know everything. Disagree. I can talk for hours about subjects I love. Maybe not hours, but I can talk a lot. Neutral. I often focus so intensely that I lose track of time. Agree. When I'm writing homework, I do lose track of time. Strongly agree. I like collecting facts, stats, or trivia about my interest. Not really. I don't really care. Disagree. Others have said I'm obsessed with certain topics. Never has anyone called me obsessed. Strongly disagree. I prefer doing things related to my interests over social activity. I mean, my interests are kind of social activities, so I would say I am neutral on this one. I enjoy repetition when it involves my interests. Agree, I would say. Actually, what does this even mean? I mean, I'm thinking about dance, but that's not really repetitive, I would say. It's just going to class. So neutral. I'm not sure what this one's asking. I sometimes neglect other tasks because of my interests. No, strongly disagree. I will always put my tasks first. I like researching things in extreme depth. I mean, I kind of have to do that now because I'm writing a thesis, but agree. I revisit the same books, shows, or topics over and over. Yes, I do have comfort shows where I will watch them over and over again. But, I mean, yeah, that's kind of my answer. Agree. I often forget to do important tasks. Not true. I will always remember. Strongly disagree. I struggle to stay organized. Strongly disagree. I procrastinate even when I know something is urgent. Strongly disagree. I'd never procrastinate. I lose track of time easily. Actually, I think I'm pretty good at tracking time. But if I'm really focused on something, then maybe. Neutral. I have trouble starting tasks, even ones I want to do. Strongly disagree. I need external reminders, alarms, notes to manage my daily life. Kind of true. I do have a schedule on my phone where I do need reminders. Strongly agree. I get overwhelmed by too many choices. Agree. I don't like too many choices. I do like some choices, but once there are a lot of choices in front of you, it makes it hard for you to choose. So, agree. I jump between tasks without finishing them. Disagree. I try to finish all my tasks first. I find it hard to focus when there's background noise. Strongly disagree. I listen to white noise and some like rain sounds, library sounds on my headphones whenever I do homework. So, strongly disagree. I struggle with prioritizing what to do first. Strongly disagree. Okay. I swear to God, if it makes me pay for this assessment, I will cry. Oh, you're kidding me. I need to pay. There's no way. It's 0.99. Oh my God. It says it's free. Oh my God. Is this free? Okay. It says this one's free. But I feel like this isn't that. This isn't that professional. Do I have any of the following? No. I prefer sticking to a routine or schedule. I somewhat agree. I'm just gonna speed through this one. Disagree. Yes. No. I don't want to receive. Okay. Okay. My total score is a 15. Okay, some indications of mild autistic traits or tendencies, which, okay, I feel like this is not me being defensive, but I do think there's a huge issue where there isn't a neutral button on this thing, because a lot of the questions I'm on neutral, so I can't either disagree or agree, you know, so I don't think this is right. Let's take another one. Really? Okay, you know what? Okay, if the second test says that I have some indication, then I think everybody is gonna have some indication, because a lot of these questions are so flaky. Like, these are normal behaviors. Like, sometimes people do get overwhelmed in social situations, but that's just because they're introverted, or like some people just don't like certain textures just because it doesn't feel good. So I feel like I scored a normal amount. If I actually scored a 0 on this, it would have been weirder. But scoring a 28 out of 100% is not bad. Like, it's not bad. Scoring a 28 out of 100 is actually pretty normal, I would say. So I will drop the link to these quizzes in the bio. But that's all for today. Let me know if I should take anything else. Bye. Signing off. JC.